Hello everyone, we're back for another test demonstration. We're going to do what is seemingly impossible today. We're going to run a PSP game like God of War, but we're going to run it quite nicely. We're going to go into the audio devices and actually disable the device completely for this test demonstration. Just watch and you see what happens. After I disable that, I'm going to have to exit RetroArch, and then we're going to re-enter RetroArch for it to take effect. Okay? So we're going to get back into RetroArch. And then we're going to actually load the game. Okay. And we're going to do God of War Ghost of Sparta here. Beautiful, beautiful, glorious 3D box artwork. And once I load the game, I'm actually going to be using my Logitech controller to control it. Because I need the analog controls for this game, obviously. But again, if you have like an Alexa, Amazon Echo style device, you can just play some music while you do it. I'm going to have to get my Echo set up so for when I'm doing some demonstrations of games like this, I'm going to have some music playing in the background. But just watch how much better this game runs. And ironically enough, on the real hardware, the PSP, if you try to emulate this game or the other one, Shades of Olympus, they run awful. The only ones that run well are the actual legitimate UMDs. But we're going to do a new game right now. And you can see this game running like absolutely beautifully. We'll get to the initial cutscene here. And yes, even this cutscene right here emulates awful. Like it is real choppy and severely disintegrated on the real hardware. So I'm actually running it right here and now better on the PlayStation Classic than it runs on a real PSP. For the emulation, I'm saying. But the real UMD obviously runs absolutely fine. But let's get into the game here and do some action. And then we're going to try a few more test games without sound. And again, I'm going to get the Echo device set up so we can have some music playing while I do some of these. But yes, if you're having a party and you're playing some one-on-one fighting games, you can just jam some music and the lack of sound does not even matter. And obviously I can turn on subtitles here if I want to see what they're saying. But I'm not too concerned with that. I just want to get in-game. Okay, we should be in-game here in a few seconds. And yes, this is a tough game to run. I mean, try this on the S or NES Classics. You're going to pretty much have lag fest proportions of slideshows. Kind of like when I went to this one computer store one time, and they were trying to run Crysis for PC on the highest specs, and it looked like a slideshow. I mean, literally unplayable. But we'll get into this in a couple minutes and see how this runs. Yeah, it's actually running quite nicely right now. Very, very happy. Oh, yeah. You'll definitely hear the clickety-click. I got this. Much better than in my last demonstration, obviously. Wait to see how fast it moves once I get into the internal sections of the sub-cabins of the ship. But look, even these scenes are running nice and fast. And by the way, Chains of Olympus runs well too. But right now, I'm actually running this pretty much on par, if not better than it can run on PSP emulation-wise. The legitimate hardware. And obviously, this would lead credence to the fact that I can run games like Ultimate Ghosts'N Goblins well, too. So I'm going to try that next. Okay, let's get into the section here and see how well this runs. Okay, look how fast this is. Nary a hint of slowdown whatsoever. I'm going to do the Hyperion Charge, hold L while pushing circle, the bum rush them, and slam them to the ground. Let's try this. Oh yeah! Much more bold and beautiful. By the way, I've been playing the latest Fallen Order Star Wars game, and it's actually pretty cool. Like a combination of various game components like Uncharted, Prince of Persia. I mean, the Force powers are kind of limited in comparison to games like Force Unleashed, but still quite an admirable game, especially since they were trying to get it out before Christmas time. I'm hoping they do a follow-up to it. But yes, God of War Gotta, Ghost of Sparta is running quite nicely here. Play it a little bit longer, then we'll try a few more test games. And I can do the roll here. Or I can just hack and slash here if I want to as well. These kind of remind me of the Ghost Prana and Ninja Gaiden. But yes, this game is absolutely fully playable now. I've made it through the entirety of the game with literally no slowdown whatsoever now. And I'm just jamming my Slayer, Sepultura, Pantera, Megadeth, Metallica, pre-Black Album, and so on. Okay, we're going to move on to a few other games real quick. I'm going to go into Redux settings and low content start trajectory, dummy. Let's see how well the Ultimate Ghosts'N Goblins runs now. Because that is another significantly difficult game to run. Now that we just ran the single most difficult game to emulate on the Mini Classics, particularly the S and NES Classics, we're going to now be running Ultimate Ghosts'N Goblins, another truly difficult, excruciating, frustrating game to try to get going at a good frame per second performance-wise and such. But let's check it out. This is a game that has had crazy reviews in the bad way because people couldn't even bypass the first stage. But we're playing on standard mode right now. And it is actually more difficult than your typical Ghosts'N Goblins games, but you can actually resurrect in place, which is a nice trade-off there. And we're running the game actually a little bit faster than it would run on the normal hardware, but we can control it. There are variable degrees of control depending on whether or not you're running a PSP game, a Dreamcast game, a Atomiswave, Nintendo 64, and so on. I'm going to show you a workaround. Go into Redux settings, depending on your game core and such. Quick menu, you can go to latency. And you can actually turn on run ahead to reduce latency to help out with some cores and games. But in the case of this game right here, Ultimate Ghosts'N Goblins, I'm actually going to go into quick menu, shaders, and I'm going to actually enable a shader to actually control the speed. I'm going to go to XL, and we're going to run 2XL Slang P. We can even do 2XL level 2 CRT right here. And it is a little bit CPU intensive. And the game should be running at normal speed now. Okay, that's a little bit slower than I want to run, so I'm going to change the shader one more time. Yes, you can actually use the shaders to help control your speed. So we're going to go back to 2XL. And we're going to make it the slightly downgraded one right here. 2XL Slang P. Again, we can do other ones too. Okay, that is a much more manageable speed. Still slightly faster than the real hardware, but I'm going to go with the flow here and try to get to the boss. Okay, we got a skid style weapon, something Zosimo would be using in a game like Soul Calibur. Yes, I play this game so much on my PlayStation TV and on my real PSP and Vita. So I'm so used to what to expect here. Not that I'm very, very good at the game, but once I get some upgrades, I'm usually pretty adaptable to the game challenge. I'm going to save my magic and hopefully be able to use it on the boss parts that are difficult to take out under normal circumstances. Like it's almost like playing the original Cosmic Arc for Atari 2600, where you have all the meteors you gotta smash in different directions. Use my magic to take this beast out. And I kinda did it when the eyes were closed, so let's try this one more time. There we go. The magic definitely helps out on that one. Instead of losing a life or two, potentially. I need another weapon, though. And I have a good suit of armor here. Just need a better weapon again. Again, you can change the different shaders or do the run ahead to help you out on certain games and cores. And obviously, you can play games like Metal Gear Solid, Manhunt 2, and so on. Much significantly better before. I can't really get that easily without getting hurt right now. But obviously, you can come back with a double jump and get it. And I do like the use of pseudo 3D effect, which doesn't really happen in many Ghosts'N Goblins games, but you can see it quite a bit in games for PSP. You'll see when I go up the ladder here, and I hate this thing right here. I always get hit by it. But watch here, the 3D effect, awesomeness. I keep getting hit, grabbed by them hands. But I should have enough lives to get to the end of this stage. Oh, there's another suit of armor. Give me it. I need that. I need a better weapon, though. There we go. We got our little throw knife. And I should be close to the boss here. Maybe enough magic to help me get through him. Right after this part is the mini-boss. Should we say the actual real boss to the stage. Here he comes. Let's try to use my magic on him. That should help me take him out. I got this. And we can get our double jump upgrade once we beat him. So much cool as hell here. More magic! A little loophole to these kind of games. There we go, my double jump! And that is awesome crap there. Look at that, double jump for the win. And I can actually backtrack and get all those other upgrades or do the stage again, all like jazz. And obviously we need the double jump to get past this part. Woo! Oh, of course they gave me the javelin, so I beat that stage. And we're good to go. So let's try a few more games here. Again, I'm going to turn off that shader. The 2XL, or the XL shader hooked out. And you're going to want to go back to, watch this. Low shader preset. And we're going to go back to stock. Go back to stock when you're done. And then we're going to go, actually exit RetroArch now. And I'm going to go back to my normal controller here. I'm going to use my PlayStation controller now. Because I'm done playing PSP. So here we go. Go back into RetroArch. And we're still going to play with sound off. But I'm going to be using my PlayStation Classic default controller now. We're going to load, let's see what else we have. We have a Dreamcast game we could try. One game that people always want to run fast. Obviously Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And we're going to run that with Flycast Extreme. Okay, and let's see how we'll... Okay, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and this is a game that I would have to say, right off the bat, many people like to put on their frame counters to see what their frame per second is. It is never accurate. No matter what it says on the screen, it is not true and accurate. We've determined this quite a few times, that even if it says 30 frames per second, you might actually be running 50 to 60 frames per second, and vice versa. Let's try this out for a brief moment. Let's try Hyrule and a few other characters. And this game should be running much, much better than before, probably 50 to 60 frames per second, comparatively to the normal 24 to 40 frames per second you would expect. Okay, let's check this out. Yes, it's already running way better than ever before. See if we can do a few special moves before we move on to a few other games. Oh yeah, oh I missed that one. Fail. Almost. I'm more attuned to games like Soul Calibur, Tekken, Killer Instinct, and so on. Combo Breaker, all that good stuff. Oh yeah, loving how much fast-paced and glorious this is now. Again, this would be perfect if you're playing some Amazon Echo music. And you can still run this at about 24 to 40 frames per second with the sound audio device on. But if you want to run your 50 to 60 frames per second, you're going to need to do it this way, with the audio device off. It's the only way it is possible on this hardware, unfortunately. And yes, I suck in the game. That's why I'm not doing anything too cool right now. There we go. Oh yeah, that was kind of cool. Let's take him down. I'm much better with Spider-Man and playing obviously characters like Ryu, Ken, Chun-Li, and so on. My go-to characters from when I did play the Street Fighter series way, way back. I haven't gotten into it as much when the Alpha series was out, but playing the original Street Fighter 2, Championship Edition, all those, Turbo, and all those, I've really been big into those ones. I do love the advent of characters such as Strider High Ryu, though, and Mega Man, and Spider-Man, and Venom, and so on, though. And that doesn't quite look like the Cable from the Deadpool 2 movie, but it works. I always think of Josh Brolin as permanently playing Cable from now on. Oh yeah, that was a cool move. But we're going to move on to a few more games here. Low content Star Trajectory, Dummy, Atomiswave. I'm going to have to practice some movesets there. I'm much, much better playing Spider-Man, obviously. But we're going to play Dolphin Blue right now, which is one of the other considerably difficult games to run. And by the way, you'll probably never see this game running better than this on this hardware from this point forward. Just watch and see how well it runs. It's another perfect game to play. You can probably play some cartoon themes from the 1980s, such as Cops, Mask, and so on. It goes perfectly with this game. I'm going to show you exactly where this game would typically slow down, but it's going to be run so much better than ever before. And if you like games like Metal Slug, you're going to absolutely be at home with this game. So let's check it out and see how well this runs. Oh yeah, running beautifully right now. Let's get to the parts where the game would normally slow down. Need my Blue Dolphin mode activate. I'd say this is pretty much running the way it should be running now. Wait till we get to the water levels. You can actually look at the second countdown up there. It's actually running at normal speed right now. Oh yeah, we got this. Now right here, just watch how blazing fast this runs. We even get to the boss, and you can see at the boss, it would normally have terrible slowdown, but it's going to be running great. Just watch this whole scenario right here. Everything's running perfectly now. And yes, this will work on the SNES Classic as well, especially when you're using Easy Overclock in conjunction with the auto device disable. You can still run this quite nicely using the audio device, but it's going to be run so much better in pretty much full speed if you're running the no audio device means right here. Just look at how quick these are. If you look at any YouTube video of this game in action, it is pretty much on par with what I'm doing right now. And yes, you can use your Dolphin to get the power-ups that are up too high for you to grab. We're going to get to the boss, which would normally always have slowdown. And yes, we got an Infinity Continues here, which is going to make the game completely beatable. And we're going to try a few more Atomiswave Games next. Then we're going to turn the audio device back on and try an amazing Dreamcast game by the same makers of Gunlord. Okay, I'm getting my butt whooped there. We need two-player mode activate, but yes, we're running as fast and blazing glorious here. And after I do this video and maybe another video too, I'm going to have to get into watching Jack Ryan Season 2 on Amazon Prime. Gotta catch up on that show. Love the series so far. Okay, we should be doing the boss battle after this. And still like in the original game Strider, where we have the second stage in that pivotal moment, which is like Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom opening sequence, or any James Bond opening sequence. It kind of reminds me of that right here coming up. You'll see in a moment here. If I can do this without dying infinity times. But yes, with the great challenge comes great responsibility, because the game is much more difficult when you're running at a faster speed. Check this out, right here. Bam! Awesome. This part right here normally has some slowdown too, but you can see there's no slowdown whatsoever. Running flawlessly right now. No slowdown. Let's get to the next stage, in fact, and see how the next stage runs. But we're going to take out the boss battle here. Not yet. The boss battle comes out when I get past this section. It's almost like an Eggman boss battle. Okay, here comes the boss battle. And right here, it would always slow down, but it should be running perfectly right now. There's literally no way to get to this part without slowdown, but look, there's no slowdown whatsoever now. That is awesome. The best you can run on Atomiswave, period. Okay, let's take them out real quick and get to the next stage. Okay, gonna use my Dolphin Blue mode activate and take them out real quick. Should be almost done. I should have done two-player mode activate here, though. And I'm going to show you how to do two-player mode activate, actually. You can go into Input, User 2 binds, and right here where it says User Device Index, set it to the exact same controller you're using. Watch this. Now we got two-player mode activate, and that should be able to take them out much quicker. I'm using two controllers on the same controller one. And he's going down real fast now. And you gotta toggle that user input off if you want to get back to playing the games normally, especially if you're using a second controller. But I'm doing two-player mode activate by myself now, and we took them out much faster. We're gonna do that for a little bit of the next stage too. And yes, with the other hack that I showcased in my last video, which would be Final Fight 3-player mode activate, this works phenomenally well. So let's try the next stage for a brief moment with two-player mode activate, and see how much more we can decimate the enemies. Right here we got two players, same controller. Look at this. Doesn't get better than this. Running beautifully. Oh yeah. We got a pink dolphin and a blue dolphin. Running so awesome. Very, very happy right now. Oh yeah. This works really, really nicely for many of the MAME arcade games. But yes, do 2-player mode activate by yourself if you don't have a friend, loved one, or so on to come over. It actually works on games like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter as well, though it's going to be kind of funny if you're trying to do it. It's almost like doing a Shadow battle with Shadow Link and Zelda 2 Adventures of Link. But running beautifully, and if you want to turn off the 2-player mode activate, I'll show you how to do that. Go back in Input, and then you're going to go back into User 2 Binds. And you're going to set this to disabled. It'll come right back on to the other controller if you do true 2-player mode activate with a second additional controller via OTG or powered USB hub, which I have set up personally. I'm going to go to low content, start directory. We're going to try another Atomiswave game real quick. Let's try, we'll do the King of Knights of Valor, should we say. Not King of Fighters. Knights of Valor for right now. And we'll try it with the same core. And then we'll do 2 more quick games after this. But this game should be running absolutely flawlessly as well. We can do 2-player mode activate on this one if we want to as well too. But let's get it in game and see what happens. I'm going to go into, again, Input. User 2 Binds. And then we're going to set the device index back to PlayStation Classic controller. Resume. And now we have 2-player mode activate. There we go. We got 2 players now. Pretty damn fun, especially when you're playing games like Contra. Okay, 2-player mode activate. Look at that awesomeness. And the game is running full speed right now. Doesn't get better than this. These enemies have nothing on me, especially with 2-player mode activate. And this works really awesome when you play games like TMNT Arcade. 4-player mode activate. It is absolutely insane. Simpsons, X-Men, TMNT, and Sunset Riders and so on, all 4-player mode activate. Golden Axe, 2-player mode activate. I mean, there are so many games, hundreds of games you can do 2-player mode activate on. You can do this on Contra 3 Alien Wars for Super Nintendo as well. Many of the Mega Drive games. Beautiful. By having characters that move a little bit faster than each other, they're not in the same plane and space at the same time, so it works out quite nicely. The girl obviously moves faster than the guy. In a game like Contra, you can actually have them conveniently and smartly separate from one another, but you can also have them in the exact same spot at the same time, if you choose to do it that way. Let's do a little bit more of this game, and then we'll try Metal Slug 6. We'll do Metal Slug 6 with 2-player mode activated as well, and see how that runs. Oh, this is so cool. Oh yeah, we're using our double magic attacks, and there's no slowdown on the screen whatsoever. Look how beautiful that is. Okay, let's go back in there. I'll show you how to disable it again. Input. User 2 binds. Disabled. Then we're going to go low content. Actually, we're going to clear the cache by exiting RetroArch. You should do this every few games. It'll clear the cache and make everything run seamless again. We're going to go back into RetroArch. We're going to load Metal Slug 6. Atomiswave. Let's see how well Metal Slug 6 runs. Same core. Flycast Extreme. And we're going to do 2-player mode activate on this game for a brief moment. Once we get into the BIOS splash here. As soon as it pops up, I'll do it. It should take a second. There we go. Input. User 2 binds. And if you're doing it for TMNT Arcade, you got to do it 2, 3, 4 all the way down the line. We're doing it right here. PlayStation Classic controller. Resume. Now we have 2-player mode activate going. And let's check this out. It should be running really, really nice and fast and furious here. We'll play on hard mode activate since we have 2-player mode activate going. Okay, we got 2 players going. And let's see how nicely this runs. Fast! Yes. Awesome. And there are a few areas in the game which you have no choice on slowdown. It just happens. But right now, run awesome. Look, we got double grenade activity going on there. That is awesome. Gonna get through this game twice as fast. So try this out and enjoy the 2-player, 3-player mode, 4-player mode activate. I'm going to be trying to get 6-player mode activate, working with X-Men 6-player arcade in the future if I'm capable of pulling it off. It is a game that has issues running normally. Push select here and get another coin. There we go. 2-player mode activate going again. That little mini boss that comes up should be real easy to take out. Look how quick I'm getting to this stuff. Let's get to the bridge portion here. And look, I can go left and have them in the same time and space. Do this for Contra. Now I got double firepower. Nothing can stop me now. Stop falling off a precipice. Okay. Make sure I don't fall off the precipice again. There we go. This should be quick and easy now. Look at this. That was quick and easy. Some games actually do bullet sponge out, and they add double energy to the enemies, and obviously that hurts them. But now we're actually gonna turn off this thing right now. Quick menu, input, go back to user 2 binds. Then we're gonna change this to disabled. And then we're gonna actually quick menu, close content. You want to have closed content enabled when you do this. And then we're going to go into audio devices, turn it back on, go to RetroArch exit, and we're going to come back and we're going to try out an amazing shmup for Dreamcast, a homebrew shmup. And if you have the audio device enabled in the next update, you should hear this great music here. Right here. The music is enabled. You can hear it in the main user interface right here. Low content start directory, dummy, Dreamcast. I'm going to try this great game called Fast Striker. Same people who made Gunlord. We're going to try this with Flycast Extreme. And wait till you hear this amazing music on this top-down shmup. And they made quite a few games, and I'm going to do a demonstration of all of these in another video. NG Dev Team for the win. Wait till you hear this amazing music here. They got amazing music in each and every game they do. Loving this music. Oh, I love this music. But great shmup for the win here. Runs at a very, very nice and glorious speed here, with the sound device enabled. Okay, I'm going to try some other games of theirs in another video, and more shmups, because I love my shmups, my racing games. And the game does slow down to a normal speed here. This is just how the game starts out. It runs fast to start with, to get you going. See, right now it moves to a slower speed. Beautiful, beautiful game indeed. And they have music like this in Gunlord as well. Feels like music you typically hear in a 1980s movie. Like even Chopping Mouth, one of my great horror B-movie classics. This is beautiful. We need a 2-player mode activate in a game like this, for sure, without a doubt. Ah, jeez. But yes, NG Dev Team for the win. They make some amazing homebrew games which really showcase the Dreamcast as a system which will never expire longevity-wise. Okay, boss battle. Bullet hell shmup. Awesome that's going on here. Yeah, I'm getting my butt kicked there. Come on, let's take this guy down. Almost done, almost done. Yeah! Hope you enjoyed the video, guys and gals. There'll be more to come.